You know, that actually reminds me of a sister whom needed some Qur'an read on once, and every time we start reading Qur'an on her, she would pass out. We put on some iron supplements, and then she could withstand the Qur'an. You know, Allah mentions in the Qur'an with regards to the one who is overtaken by shaitan, right, is from the ghaween. And al-mufassirin, the interpreters, they say ghaween could mean munzibin, those who are sinful, they are sinners. So even from Islamic point of view, if someone is sinful, is constantly sinning, obviously shaitan can take a hold of them.
Absolutely. If we think about it, can these things interact with one another and affect one another? For instance, the case that you mentioned, someone could have, women, especially those that are within the age range of, menstruating, between puberty all the way to menopause. That might be 12 to, let's say, about 50 years old. Every time they go through their monthly cycle, they're losing a lot of blood. Blood carries oxygen. Oxygen is what gives our cells the energy, that ATP, the energy that we need to have that energy. Now, due to different reasons, many women have anemia due to iron deficiency, and they may not know because they're young. And it's like, oh, I'm healthy, I don't need to get a checkup. But then they're fatigued and tired. Their minds are like just blunted. It's just like everything's slow. We talk about that brain fog. Things are foggy. SubhanAllah. Now, for example, if someone is experiencing this and they're not doing their daily adhkar in the morning and the evening, they're not keeping up with their salawat, they're not kind of doing, dhikr of Allah. There's the medical issues are going on, but we're also at risk factors of being afflicted by, some of these things, the paranormal, all of these, the jinnat, all of these things. And now if, for example, if someone is afflicted with something like that, but they're medically weak, it's just much easier for the jinn, for instance, to take hold. Now, this could be a physical issue. There are also, the same thing would apply to psychological distress. Someone loses their job, someone, loses a family member, someone loses their business, or something happens, there's a tragic calamity. Now, they're psychologically disturbed. Their iman, they're praying, they're doing all of these things. Because they're psychologically disturbed, they're not finding that sweetness in the salah.